What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Captain here, and today we're going to be cooking some tacos back here, then also testing out our new heater that we got. But before any of that gets started, let me show you something that's extremely important to this entire cab being enclosed. We need a carbon monoxide detector, because if we're going to have open flames and heat back here, we need to make sure that we're safe. So as we're getting the temperature, it's 11 degrees outside and it is 51 in here. But when we're cooking, we're going to still make sure that we have some windows cracked open, just because obviously we're going to be cooking in an open flame and we just don't want to be unsafe. Please guys, if you're watching this for the first time, make sure that you're safe. It's the least I can ask for right now. Make sure you have some windows cracked, or at least some room for air to escape. I have an air pocket right there in the corner. I have another big air pocket right there in that corner. But that still doesn't change anything. You still need to make sure that you're safe. So let's get started with cooking. That window's frozen. That window's frozen as well. Dang it, everything's frozen except for this back window. See what I mean? A lot of air can get out of that. And that also means a lot of heat can escape as well. It's not that bad right now. The wind, I don't think can come in just because of the cab. But at least it's open, right? Now we're gonna wait for that to heat up. Looks like it's getting a little bit more cooler in here. It was 51, now it's down to 42. And then I'm gonna also watch the carbon monoxide monitor as well. Right now it shows a 0, which is a good sign, but obviously we want to make sure that we just keep an eye on that just to be safe. Now, before I add the main ingredient, I just want to give all my coworkers a shout out, because they are absolutely obsessed with Taco Bell. This isn't Taco Bell. This is going to be all authentic. However, I am going to add some taco seasoning to it, which is from Taco Bell. Just so you guys can actually know that I'm going to try it and give it a shot. Just for a disclaimer, I really don't want to do this to this meat. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. There's so much smoke in here. It's really not that bad. But I did bring a fan. Gonna have to turn that off because it's gonna blow this flame out. You know, I am very impressed with the Coleman single burner. It's actually quite good. And like I said, I know it seems like there's a lot of smoke in there, guys, but I promise you I have a massive window that's open. So I'm gonna turn this off here in a second, and I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. The smoke is gonna go away in just a moment here. I just want to make sure that the meat is fully cooked through. Time for a little taste. Cooked. All right, now since the food is all done, I'm probably gonna get it set up for the heat to get started. But first things first, I'm gonna reorganize everything so the heater's not on anything that I'm cooking / plastic or close near the carpet. Because obviously, like I said, the goal is just trying to make sure that we're safe here, guys. The meat's really good. Seasoning, I'll give it about a 3 out of 10 just because it's Taco Bell. I might be hating, might not be hating, but still, I'm not a Taco Bell fan. My coworkers tell me it's authentic Mexican food all the time, and I tell them that it definitely is not. All right, guys, what we've all been waiting for. I got the Cupid Kovea heater, space heater, whatever you want to call this thing. It is ran off of butane fuel, which is why I had the carbon monoxide reader, because obviously we want to make sure that we're safe. Right now, the reading right now says it's at 0. The temperature inside is 39, and then the temperature outside is 4 degrees. And I'm pretty sure with the wind, it's probably in the negative, so it's going to be pretty crazy. This is pretty small, easy to use. It has a handle that doesn't get hot, and it has a kickstand for it to set up, like this right here. Still pretty far away, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing in front of it, since this is going to be like the first time that I'm using it inside of the truck. I did make sure all the plastic and everything was out of the box already, just to be safe. Obviously, you don't want to test out anything for the first time without doing some practices, so this is pretty easy to use, and it's literally just one click, twist, and a turn. Once we get this set up right here, we're going to start making some tacos. I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature right now just to make sure everything's okay. Obviously, the goal is not to hurt myself. This right here is completely fine where it's at. If I need to escape for any reason or open up more windows, there is just a push away. Let's dig in. Now I will say this heater is comfortable, but I can't say it's like extremely strong, but I think it's just perfect for what I'm trying to do in here. Now it's not too hot, not too cold, but clearly you can still see my breath. It says it's 42 in here right now. I do have the fan on just so I can kind of push around the heat, but as of right now, it's pretty comfortable. I think if I am able to set up a different cooking spot, like maybe closer over there, I can have this heat on this side. But as of right now, it's pretty good in here. I think this would have been better without the Taco Bell seasoning, which is pretty bad. I think seasoning makes everything, and this is, it's alright. I can't say it's entirely bad, but definitely wouldn't be my first choice. I saw the seasoning, so I was like, you know what? Let me surprise people with some Taco Bell seasoning, and I'll tell you right now, would have been way better without it. And I think if it wasn't for it being so cold, because it's like, what, 7 degrees outside now, it'd be a different story. I think this would definitely heat up this a lot faster, but I think we're just constantly just fighting it being extremely cold out there. And then the wind just making it even worse. But it's still fine. Not intolerable. Food? 7 out of 10. Alright, we'll turn this off for right now. Now, do I think this is capable enough to keep me warm in here? Absolutely. I think it's more than enough to make sure that I stay warm. Because like I said, right now, it's 44 in here. And it wasn't too bad. Obviously, like I said, you want to make sure that you have openings so you can let the carbon monoxide get out, but you don't want to overdo it. Use it when you need to use it. Don't use it when you don't need to use it. Just make sure that you guys are safe, please and thank you. I know I keep saying that. Now let's talk about the truck situation and the Jackery situation. I do not have a power source in here anymore. Obviously, if you guys watched the video, a couple of videos before this, you guys will understand that the Jackery burnt out when I was trying to make breakfast back here. And it was unfortunate because I ended up frying the battery. I ended up having obviously to ship it off. You guys can see that video as well. But it's unfortunate because that means no lights. That means I can't really do any crazy testings in the middle of the night just because I don't have what I need. And that I really want to make sure that when I go out traveling / stealth camping, I want to make sure that we are safe. I want to make sure that I have power. I want to make sure that I have backup. Now, the truck now, for the transmission bushing, I made a video yesterday, but I wasn't able to really record because something happened with the GoPro to where it started getting like wobbly and really wonky. It made it almost impossible for me to use any of its footage. But I'll roll that back just so you guys can see what happened. Okay, so apparently what we did with the truck did not work. We have to go back, rechange everything, and see if we can put it on correctly. Because this morning, when I helped out a coworker get unstuck from the massive, thick snowdrift that came over, like he was just caked in it. It was so bad. But good old baby blue hair got him out. All right, so see, it's ready. See, it wasn't even on. It already fell off. So taking this off. So this part's supposed to click. Oh yeah, see, that's a big difference. See that little hole right there, guys? It clips into that. I think this one right here is just way too big. Now if I can maybe get this out. Yeah. See that? This was wide open. This was the original part that I was going to buy. This part looks like it's gonna go in there perfectly. There we go. She's in. Thank God. Okay. Now, Take this lovely thing. Now see, that's on there now. But other than that, I don't think this is really bad. I want to say that I need to get more familiar with using or a butane fuel heater, because obviously there's risks that come with it. Which brings me to the next build, is I want to get like a better setup right here so I can have this up on a certain spot so it's not really near anything. And me kind of feeling around, nothing really is overly hot right here. So it did its job while I was eating. And like I said, I'm not just comfortable enough to keep on using it right now. Obviously I only use it for when I was eating, and then I turned it off just because I felt pretty comfortable back here. It's not overwhelming, even though the wind is howling pretty bad still. The good news is that the heat still holds up in here. It still says it's 42 in here, which is nice. Then outside it shows like it's just getting colder, but overall, I think this was a success. What do you guys think? Man, hopefully you guys can hear that. That's how windy it is outside right now. It's shaking the cab so bad. But yeah, I think I'm going to clean up here, guys. Call this good. I mean, there's not really much I can do back here. I can't watch TV because we don't have the Jackery. So yeah, I'll probably see you guys in the next one. As always, Captain out.